The wrong luggage. The airport terminal buzzed with the chaos of delayed flights and frustrated travelers. Olivia Hart grabbed her black carry-on from the baggage carousel, exhausted from a week-long conference and desperate to get home. She'd been away from her 6-year-old daughter Emma for too long, and all she wanted was to collapse on her couch and watch cartoons together. She didn't notice the man reaching for an identical black suitcase at the exact same moment. Their hands touched briefly, they both muttered apologies, and each walked away with luggage. The wrong luggage. Olivia didn't realize the mistake until she got home and unzipped the bag. Instead of her clothes and presentation materials, she found expensive men's suits, designer shoes, and a leather portfolio containing documents stamped "Confidential Reed Enterprises." "Oh no," she whispered. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Hello? Is this Olivia Hart?" A man's voice, deep and slightly stressed. "I believe we accidentally swapped luggage at the airport. I have your bag, and you have mine, which contains extremely time-sensitive business documents I need immediately. I'm so sorry. I just got home and discovered the mistake. I can bring your bag back to the airport right now. I'm not at the airport anymore. I'm at my office downtown. Reed Enterprises building." He paused. "I realize this is an inconvenience, but could you possibly bring it here? I have a board meeting in 3 hours, and I desperately need those documents." Olivia looked at the clock. 6 p.m. Emma would be getting back from her after-school program in 30 minutes. "I have my daughter. Bring her," the man interrupted. "Please, I'll compensate you for your time and trouble. But I really need that bag." Something in his voice, desperation mixed with exhaustion, made Olivia agree. "Okay, give me the address." An hour later, Olivia and Emma walked into the gleaming lobby of Reed Enterprises. A receptionist directed them to the top floor, where they found themselves in an executive suite that screamed wealth and power. A man emerged from an office, probably late 30s, devastatingly handsome, wearing an expensive shirt with the sleeves rolled up. He looked exhausted and stressed, but his face flooded with relief when he saw the suitcase. "Thank God," he breathed. "I'm Ethan Reed. Thank you so much for bringing this." "I'm Olivia. And this is my daughter, Emma." Olivia handed over the suitcase. "I'm really sorry about the mix-up. Not your fault." "Identical bags." Ethan knelt down to Emma's level. "Hi, Emma. Thank you for letting your mom bring my bag back. I know it's late and you probably wanted to go home." Emma studied him with a child's brutal assessment. "Mommy said you have an important meeting. Are you nervous?" Ethan looked surprised, then laughed. "Yeah, actually. I'm pretty nervous. My mommy gets nervous before presentations. She practices in front of me." "Do you practice?" "Not enough, apparently." Ethan smiled genuinely for the first time. "You're very wise." "I'm 6.5, Emma said proudly. "Almost 7. Olivia's phone buzzed with her ex-husband's contact info, a text saying he'd be late picking Emma up tomorrow for his custody weekend. Again. She sighed, stress evident on her face. Ethan noticed. "Everything okay?" "Fine," Olivia said automatically. Then, maybe because she was tired or because this stranger had been vulnerable about his nerves, she added, "Just my ex being unreliable. As usual, I'm sorry. That must be difficult." "It is. But Emma and I manage." Olivia squeezed her daughter's hand. "We should go and let you prepare." "Wait," Ethan said. "I want to compensate you for bringing this. And for the inconvenience?" "That's not necessary, please. You saved my career tonight. These documents," he gestured to the portfolio, "contain the proposal I need for the biggest deal of my life. Without them, I'd be walking into that board meeting unprepared." He pulled out his wallet. "I don't want money," Olivia said firmly. "I did what anyone would do." "Then let me buy you both dinner," Ethan offered. "There's an excellent restaurant downstairs." "You've come all this way. Emma looks hungry, and honestly," he ran a hand through his hair, "I could use the distraction before this meeting." "I'm so nervous I might throw up," Emma giggled. "You don't look like someone who throws up." "Everyone throws up sometimes," Ethan said seriously. "Even CEOs." They went to the restaurant, an upscale place that made Olivia feel underdressed until Ethan insisted it was fine. He ordered Emma's favorites, asked her about school, and seemed genuinely interested in her answers. "Do you have kids?" Emma asked with characteristic directness. Ethan's expression shifted, sadness flickering across his face. "No, I was supposed to. My fiancé and I were planning to start a family. But she died 3 years ago. Cancer." Olivia's heart clenched. "I'm so sorry. Thank you. Her name was Sarah. She would have loved kids." Ethan looked at Emma. "She would have liked you. You remind me of her, brave and curious. Were you very sad when she died?" Emma asked. "Emma," Olivia warned gently. "It's okay," Ethan said. "Yes, I was very sad. I still am sometimes, but talking about her helps." "My daddy left," Emma offered. "Not because he died, just because he didn't want to be married to Mommy anymore." "That's different than dying, but it's still sad." "It is," Ethan agreed. "Different kinds of loss, but both hard." They talked for an hour about loss, single parenting, loneliness, the difficulty of moving forward. Ethan shared how he'd thrown himself into work after Sarah's death, building his company as a way to avoid grief. Olivia shared how she'd rebuilt her life after divorce, working as a freelance consultant to have flexibility for Emma. "You're both really brave," Ethan said. "Doing this alone." "So are you," Olivia replied. "Running a company while grieving." "I haven't done it well," Ethan admitted. "I'm so focused on this deal, this meeting, this next achievement." Sarah would be disappointed. She always said life wasn't about the next success, it was about being present. "She sounds wise," Olivia said. "She was." Ethan checked his watch. "I should go prepare. But thank you, both of you, for bringing my bag, for having dinner with me, for reminding me what actually matters." They exchanged contact information, ostensibly so Ethan could return Olivia's luggage. But both knew it was more than that. Over the next months, they stayed in touch. Ethan invited them to his company's family day. Olivia attended Ethan's charity gala. Emma declared Ethan her friend who understands about people leaving. "I think I'm falling for you," Ethan admitted one evening after Emma had fallen asleep on his couch during a movie. "I didn't think I could love someone after Sarah. But you're not a replacement. You're something completely different. Someone who gets lost and rebuilding and taking things slow because you have a daughter to protect." "I'm falling for you too," Olivia confessed. "But I'm terrified. Emma's already been through her father leaving. If this doesn't work, then we'll be honest with her and handle it with grace," Ethan said. "But I think it will work. Because we're both building this carefully. No rushing, no pretending. Just real people with real wounds trying to build something good." A year after the luggage swap, Ethan proposed, not with grand gestures, but with Emma's permission in Olivia's living room, with a ring he'd designed himself. "I took the wrong luggage," he said, "and found exactly what I needed. You and Emma showed me that moving forward doesn't mean forgetting Sarah. It means honoring her by actually living. Will you marry me?" Olivia cried, saying yes. Emma cheered and presented Ethan with a drawing she'd made labeled "Our New Family." At their wedding, Ethan told the story of the luggage swap that changed his life. "I was frantic about business documents," he explained, desperate to close a deal that seemed like the most important thing in the world. Then Olivia showed up with my bag, and her daughter, and her kindness, and her understanding of loss, and I realized the documents didn't actually matter. The deal didn't matter. What mattered was sitting in a restaurant with a woman and her child who reminded me that success means nothing if you're lonely. He looked at Emma, now 8, beaming in her flower girl dress. Emma asked if I was nervous before my meeting. I was terrified, but not about the business deal, about whether I'd ever find love again. Turns out I found it because I took the wrong luggage. Best mistake I ever made. Years later, when Emma was older, she'd tell people about how her mom and stepdad met. "Mom grabbed the wrong suitcase at the airport," Emma would explain. "It belonged to this really important CEO who needed it for a meeting. Mom brought it to him and I came along. He was nice to me even though he was nervous and busy. That's how I knew he was good." Olivia and Ethan would add their perspectives, how a simple mistake became the beginning of healing, how loss led them to each other, how sometimes the wrong luggage is exactly right, Because sometimes our mistakes lead us exactly where we need to go. Sometimes the wrong suitcase contains not business documents, but the beginning of love. And sometimes the person frantically needing their luggage back is actually desperately needing connection. They just don't know it until a single mother and her wise daughter show up to deliver both. If this story touched you, share and subscribe for more tales about beautiful accidents and the connections that heal us. Comment about a mistake that led you somewhere wonderful. Those detours often become our destinations.